Andy have gotten cozy together in the kitchen, hoping to be alone. What a pretty little flower.
Wow.
And Andy gets the sweetest reward for that lovely gift. Isn't this nice? But it turns out Monica is home too, and is feeling a bit snacky. She didn't have a chance to eat her delectable slice of cake before, and now seems like the perfect time. But Andy has decided that the treat would be the perfect thing to make the apple of his eye smile. She does love sweets after all. Monica, ever the diplomat, while upset, decides not to make waves and cause a fight. And she still has a Coke to sip on. That's not too shabby, and it's all hers to enjoy. She won't just give away everything. Something has to be left for her. Except they've already sucked it all down. Monica again proves she's wise beyond her years, and instead of yelling, she's invited the greedy couple to take part in a bite, lick, or nothing challenge. We start at the beginning then. Andy can't wait to find out what's under that lid. Not yet. Monica reminds him that they first need to find out what each contestant needs to do. Andy is all smiles because he thinks he got the best option of all of those available. But we now know that that's not quite the case, is it? But it's also far from the worst. Yep, you're going to have to give that soapy sponge some attention. Though not as much as Monica will be. Poor girl. Try sinking your teeth into that. The gang is convinced that this time they've been served up something special, not to mention tasty. Ready to see what's under there? Monica definitely is, 100%. But again, first it must be decided who gets what in this round. Mary will be taking a bite. Andy, nothing but a lick again. And Monica is looking at nothing at all. Oh, is that a friggin' balloon? Mary, you celebrated way too early. Andy, why the long face? You wanted to lick, didn't you? A rubber balloon, unsurprisingly, tastes like rubber. Not great, but not too terrible either. But if you have to take a bite of it... Well, Mary was spared having to do that. Monica burst her bubble first. Quite the impressive sight, given that the balloon was filled with a flower surprise. Even Andy couldn't help himself from laughing, to Mary's displeasure. Oh, now that is a strong smell. This is gonna be really bad.
No!
Guys, start praying now that you'll get nothing. Andy can't hide his happiness, and we can understand why, but it would be wise not to brag too much in front of the girls. Okay, time to pull yourselves together and lift that lid. No point in waiting any longer. Is that a sock? Call a doctor. There are some rather unwell people here. That stench! When was the last time that was washed? Andy has thought up a sly little idea in order to help out his lady love. A quick switcheroo while Monica is looking the other way. Oof, watching that is still not for the faint of heart. Mary is making it seem like that sock is the best thing she's ever eaten in her entire life. Monica can't handle this round in the slightest. It's a living nightmare. She'll pass, thanks. Everyone is dying of anticipation, including me. Mary has officially decided that the best variant in this challenge is when you're left with nothing.
Oh.
After that sock, the gang is ready for anything. There can't be anything worse than that. Huh, no way. A plain old sucker? Yep, that's right. And a tasty one at that. Finally, the fates are smiling on Monica. But Andy is demanding his bite. He's not waiting any longer. Ooh, nothing left but the stick.